3 weeks until the 70.3 Ironman World Championships. Here's a day in my life. So today I have the day off from the hospital, which is super nice because it allows me a lot of free time to do things that I need to do. So I didn't have to wake up crazy early, just woke up at whatever time the kiddo woke up. So then Oliver and I played for a little bit, and then I got him ready for school. With my days off, I usually, sleep in until the body tells me to wake up, which is really, really nice, as opposed to waking up at 4 a.m. every single day. So given that, I'm getting to the gym a little bit later. My beautiful wife was just out for a morning jog, and so you guys saw there that I prepared her breakfast and coffee, and I usually try to do that most mornings because her morning is going to be hectic trying to get ready for her work. So the day in my life today will be a little bit different because I'm not working, but I still have to go into Boston because I have some work to do up there. But before we head up to Boston, let's get this workout in. We've now made it up to Boston. It took about 1 hour and 20 minutes to get up here. I am at the YMCA. They have a pool here with some open swim hours, so we're going to get the swim in before we get on to this webinar that I'm doing. So for the hospital that I work at, I do a webinar about once a month on different topics that are kind of like the main topic of that month. So this month we are talking about type 1 diabetes, and we're going to discuss all the things that parents need to know about type 1 diabetes for their kiddos. So it's a very, very important topic, something that many, many children worldwide are affected with. So I'm super excited for this webinar and to talk to some of the experts about type 1 diabetes. And after the webinar, I'll give you guys a recap of type 1 diabetes and everything we covered in the webinar. But for now, let's get to swimming. I did a 5 100s at sub 130s. I think I did like 126, 127, 129, 129, 129. Now we're gonna do 5 by 400 yards to finish up the swim, and then do a couple hundred easy cool down. Let's go. All right, guys, just made it home from Boston. It took about 1 hour and 20 minutes to get home. Just made some content for TikTok and Instagram, and now waiting for my kiddo to get home. He should be home in about 20-ish minutes, I believe, probably 25 minutes. And I know that as soon as he gets home, we are going to be riding bikes all afternoon. So pretty pumped about that. Let me get to my office and let's chat about type 1 diabetes. I haven't changed it, so I'm still in my clothes from the webinar. But anyway, type 1 diabetes. When we think about diabetes in general, there's type 1 and type 2 diabetes. Type 1 diabetes is generally thought of as being an autoimmune process in which our body attacks the beta cells within the pancreas, which causes the pancreas to stop secreting insulin. When the body is not able to secrete insulin, it is not able to remove glucose from the bloodstream, and that makes our glucose go really, really high. And so oftentimes children will start having increased thirst, increased urination, they might be hungrier than normal, and sometimes, especially in younger kids, they'll be wetting the bed or peeing their pants much more than they usually would, and oftentimes that'll lead them to get seen by a doctor who will then check a glucose level, and it potentially could be very, very high. Now, type 1 diabetes impacts about 1 in every 450 children in the United States, so it is extremely common. And some things that are super important to know about this is that there's absolutely nothing that the parents did that caused this. There's absolutely nothing that the child did that caused this. We believe that type 1 diabetes is caused by multifactorial reasons, meaning that it has a genetic component, and then sometimes there could be a trigger that kind of burns out the pancreas, we'd say, such as a viral infection or a lot of stress or something that just causes the body to work more and then causes the pancreas to work more and those beta islet cells to then kind of burn out per se, and then that leading to the glucose levels being high. Thankfully, in today's world, we have a lot of really good management for type 1 diabetes. Unfortunately, there's not a cure yet, but we do believe in the future there is going to be a cure for type 1 diabetes, which will be incredible. But the mainstay of treatment is insulin. Because our body's not producing its own insulin, we need to give it medications such as insulin to help regulate blood sugars throughout the body. This could be through injections, or now they have insulin pumps, which makes it a lot easier for families to be able to manage. On top of having an insulin pump, we also now have continuous glucose monitors. So instead of having to prick your finger all the time, some families may have the luxury of using a continuous glucose monitor where it just goes straight to your cell phone and you're able to see those readings. So with type 1 diabetes being so common, it is very, very important for families to know what to look out for and when to be concerned that their child may be developing type 1 diabetes. So some of the most common signs and symptoms, again, are the increased urination, increased thirst, increased eating, and then if it were to get bad enough, the children could start to have nausea and vomiting, could be more tired than usual, or get very confused. Any of those signs or symptoms, and someone should be seen by a medical professional. One last thing that I just want to touch on type 1 diabetes is it is very important for parents and the kiddos to know that that diagnosis does not define their potential. And even having that diagnosis, they can still achieve anything in this world they want to. If they want to become a doctor, if they want to be a soccer player, football player, do cheerleading, whatever it may be, they can still achieve anything in this world that they want to achieve. And so it is very important to remember that their diagnosis does not define their potential. As long as they monitor and manage their diabetes very closely with their medical professionals, they can live a completely normal and healthy life. Guys, life over the next few weeks is just absolutely nuts. So it is November 25th right now, I believe. In 2 days, on Wednesday, we fly to Missouri for Thanksgiving. I'm gonna go spend time with my wonderful family. Super excited about that. We get back on a Monday night. We are here Tuesday, and then we fly to New Zealand on Wednesday to travel for the Ironman 70.3 World Championships. So it's gonna be a very hectic 2 weeks. So as you guys saw when I was walking in my office, there's literally packages everywhere because we're trying to get stuff for, buy Christmas presents, get all these Christmas presents wrapped before we have to leave. It's a lot. It's wild. And I still have to take my bike to the bike shop, get my bike fitted into my bike bag, and just get everything going. So these next few weeks, it's going to be wild. So I'm hoping I can stay up to date on the YouTube content, but it may be a little hectic. Hi, my boy. Oh, Karina's here. No way.